142 is coming, and I think that dragging your heels and waiting before you do any work on your 142 is certainly not going to help you in the long run, because the calendar and the clock is still ticking. Yes, I understand why companies aren't putting the maximum effort into their transition at the moment, but 142 is coming. The idea of moving across to Part 61 and Part 142 was to bring us in line with the international community and at the end of the day produce a safer pilot and a safer operation. We're in Karratha today to do the first of two examiner proficiency checks for Bristow helicopters.
Okay, the exercises that we're going to have a look at is we're going to do...
Today we're actually doing Perry, who's the head of training and checking for Bristows, and we'll be taking him out to do his flight later this afternoon.
What are the consequences of us flying with it? So we've got CASA up here this week doing two of us. So we're going to be doing some stuff that's associated with the type rating and some stuff that's associated with an instrument rating. Okay.
Under Part 61, the flight examiner is, if you like, the top of the tree within the training cell of Bristow's. So, and obviously Perry is a head of check and training, is a head examiner, if you like. CASA under Part 61 conducts examiner proficiency checks with examiners every 24 months, whereas the CAR 217 organisation will, on submission of the 142 exposition, be responsible for the continuing checks of the check pilots and instructors. One of the big things with 142 and Part 61, we're giving the companies ownership of their training. So in order to oversight that, we have to come in and have a look at their examiners and see how they're running their checks.
This flight instructor rating will be the first one that gets submitted. That particular one's very important to us. We've got someone working on that full time at the moment because we're having to put a whole bunch of pilots onto the 92, and we need to move some of our 225 training captains onto the 92, but they need to get this add-on to their instructor rating.
Bristows are becoming a 142 organisation because of the depth of their training organisation. They do type training, they do a lot of training towards Part 61 outcomes, and really for them to function in the new world, they have to become a 142 operation.
We're doing it collaboratively, talking to CASA West and John, and going through it and seeing that we've got all the elements before we submit it. We are getting there with our training plans, and we've tried to make that 142 compliant, or it's not 142 compliant just yet, but it's set up so that 142 can talk to it, because we've got to keep our business going with CAR 217. So it's meeting a CAR 217, but having 142 in mind, and we will then submit the 142 bits. And we're doing that bit by bit actually, because so our winch rating has already gone in because we need to use that. I'm about to submit our instructor rating type endorsement add-on, and then that will go through and it'll get a 142 bit, which when the time comes for the whole exposition, CASA can go, well, we've already assessed that, and off we can go. And it allows us to continue doing 142 activities within our CAR 217 while we're waiting to becoming 142 compliant.
In Bristow's case, we've had a strong level of communication from day one, really, and this is certainly facilitating their own transition.
And when I know what that is, I'll let you know. So
at the moment, we're looking at parts of their 142 transition and how they're going to get there, and it certainly looks very good at the moment. That's fine then, Perry. Let's continue, and I'll follow you to the tech log room now, and we'll just check the tech log before we head out to the machine.
Okay. That we trial something. This isn't working, so I guess it's the chicken or the egg, as I keep saying to CASA West. It's the chicken or the eggs, guys, because we've got to validate it. And that's what the whole 142 is supposed to provide us, is validity and reliability. Those are the two things that I see that this is about. What will it do? Will it increase the standards in terms of validity and reliability?